Hey folks, my next little project on the Mk5 R32 Golf will be putting on Mk6 style switches. These switches really only offer a slight difference, which is a chrome tip on, say, the likes of the window switches there, and we stripe there, etc, etc. Basically this is just to freshen up the all black switches that come on the Mk5 Golf. These switches are a mixture of eBay items and genuine items. The prices vary massively on these, and it can actually be very difficult getting a suitable auto light switch for the Mk5 R32. As you'll see, there's only one fog light position on this switch, and the Mk5 R32 doesn't have front fog lights, so it can be quite difficult to get these. Anyway, this is the item. You'll see that's the headlight switch, auto lights, side lights and main lights, and obviously the fog light section there. We also have the mirror adjustment there. We have the fuel cap switch, the window switch for the passenger side, and the dual switch for the driver's side. I will crack on with installing these. It's a very simple job, and certainly within the DIY realm. But I'll shift over to the driver's side of the car and show you the installation of these, and I'll show you what the Mk5 Golf switches look like initially. And just as a quick preview and a reminder, you can see the Mk5 switches there, mirror adjustment and window up and down switches there. You'll see they're all black, so really as I mentioned, the difference is there's a sort of chrome stripe at each side and chrome around this section here. And I will also shift on then to the light switch there, so I'm going to do that first of all. That's quite an easy installation, so I'll start with it. The headlight switch is actually quite easy to remove. No real tools required at this stage yet. So you'll see all the modes around in the switch. Turn it to the off position and you'll see the switch actually, while spring loaded, will push in. What you need to do while you're pushing it in, turn it as if you're trying to turn your lights on, and you'll find this will unlock the catches and it slides straight out. The only thing you have to do is disconnect this wiring plug here, which I will try to do on camera, like so. And I will then move on to grabbing the new replacement switch, plug the wiring connection in and put it all back in. Okay, and for installation, you'll see I have the wiring plug. There's two wee prongs coming out at the side, and this is the new replacement switch. So we're going to connect up like so. You can see the two notches in the switch there, which will line up there. So I'll turn that round, plug the wiring connector in, and that's seated. So then I will set the switch the same way, push it in, turn it. That puts those wee pins that are dotted around the switch in. So I slide the unit in, like so. That's it installed, like so. You can see the switch is working as it should. I'll just check the fogs actually as well. Yep, there we go. So dead easy. That's a nice neat install, freshens it up, especially with the checker plate design of the R32 having the silver buttons and stuff, or the silver dash trim there. And I'm just going to turn on the ignition as a test for these switches now as well. So you can see the different modes. It's obviously set to off. There's the auto lights, and it's getting a little dusk now, so that is the switch is set. And you can see in auto lights it actually turns on the side light illumination there as well. It's the side lights on, main lights and fog light. And I can see from the dash that the fog light's coming on, the symbol on the dashboard at the dials there, it's coming on. So yep, switch seems to be working okay. And leave that set to auto and fishing off, and that's that tested. Job done. time to move on to probably the mirror and window switches. I'm making a good start here already. I have just put my fingers under the trim here, like so, and just lift it up, and I can see I'm pulling off all the catches here, slowly but surely. I think I'll get a wee trim tool just to give myself a wee bit of leverage here. Okay folks, you'll see that is the sort of armrest door closure section lifted off. What I ended up doing was just going round with the trim tool, slowly working round and levering it up, using that part, and even coming in round this side and in round there, and like all those things, the plastic clips finally pop and release. It's awesome business. So the next thing to do will be to remove these wiring connections. See how these are attached. On that case, on that one, I'm just putting the thumb in and pulling, releasing the wee clip and pulling, and that should be off. That's out. And this one here might be difficult to show on camera. Sorry for knocking the camera there. Just putting that wee clip down there, in, pushing it in, and that's it out. Then the next thing will be to remove these switches, and it looks like the plastic clips here again. I will then try to remove these, and I will fire the camera back up when I work out how to release them. Okay, for the window operation switch, I'm using a trim tool at each side there, opening that up and pushing down on both switches to try and push it out at the same time, and that has allowed that to come out. You can see it's probably a good thing, replacing these things a wee bit dirty as well. So that's that one out. And now try to look at the window mirror removal tool. See if I can get this out somehow. I'll do the same on this. When I work out how to get it out, I will give you a shout back. Okay, that one was very easy. Just at the top side there, I put my trim tool in there, opened it up as I was pushing down on the switch, and that has released it. So that's us nice and cleared up that way. Okay, and for installation, I've got the new switch there. I will presume this will just pop in. Yep, good solid click there, seems good and firm. Then time to move on to these window switches as well, which I presume will be something similar. I'm trying to line up all those pins there as well. Get them in, and a good solid fit too. Now the next one I'm going to look at is the fuel cap door, which is just down there, and I think this one can be a little awkward to get to. I think you need to pop off the door card here and lift it up and get in from underneath. Okay folks, the next stage to get the fuel flap switch removed is to loosen the door card. So I'm looking at the bottom of the door card here. I zoom out a bit to make it clearer. There are 3 torque screws here, 1, 2 and 3, and you'll see they're in recessed holes, and they are T20 Torxes at the bottom, size wise, and up at the top you'll see, if I show you them, those 2 silver jobbies there, they are Torx T25, so you will hopefully be able to remove them. Tell a lie, they're actually T30s there, so you'll need a T30 to remove them. I will crack on, get it removed and come back to you. Okay folks, made a good bit of progress here. I have the door card all loosened there. Just to summarise, 3 bolts along the bottom and 2 up at the door handle there, and I've released the door card just by pulling on it with my hands, popped the plastic clips, and I'm now going to try and push up on this fuel cap release. You can see the surround seems to be a bit loose, so I'll see how I can work out how to remove it. Okay folks, incredibly awkward camera angle, but you can see I'm pointing towards the hole of the switch for the fuel flap. So if I try to negotiate this to show you clearly, which could be impossible, what I did was at the hole there, wiggle the switch side to side, so from the left hand side to the right hand side of the car, and the clips are on each side there, you can see the notches are. Wiggle it side to side, didn't need major force, that released the switch. And if I zoom out a wee bit here, that's the switch dangling down now. It's exactly the same sort of setup or style as the window switch. So I will leave it hanging down here and undo the wiring. Okay, that is the wiring plug released. Okay, then it's a case getting the wiring plug back into the switch, pushing it back up into the hole. It's quite difficult to video that, but you get the idea. Same sort of setup as the window switch. And we'll get the door card put back on. Okay folks, you'll see light is failing me here, so I'm out in a cold dark night finishing this job off. Anyway, the fuel cap switch you'll see there is installed. If I bring the light over to show it a bit better. So that's installed okay. I just have to put the armrest where all these wiring attachments go in. So we'll do that now. So bigger clip goes into the mirror. Fairly straightforward. Solid click. That wiring plug goes in there. Okay, good solid click there. Set these back on. There we go, that's them in place. They're obviously much easier to put back on than they are to remove. So yeah, job done. Clip back in and we're in business. Last one to do would be the window switch on the passenger side, which based on that layer should be relatively easy just to pop out. Okay folks, you can see that's the start of the door handle coming off there. That seems to be the technique. Go into the lower bit and I'll see how it separates out and update you. Okay folks, there we go. That is the handle out. Noting there's two metal clips there, so those will be the bits giving you the majority of the resistance there. Just pop that one back in, and they're both facing that way, so that's the bit that doesn't want to release. Anyway, with that clip removed, I can now see the wiring for the switch, and I should be able to access this and drop it down. Hey folks, just thought I would show you the actual wiring for the switch being exposed there. You can see that's it there. Okay, that is the wiring exposed there. Time to disconnect the wire and put the new switch on. Folks, that's the switch back in place. Everything installed, and I've tested all the switches now as well, so everything's working. So yep, quick and easy mod, well worth doing. Folks, that's a little confirmation just to show you the switch is fitted, and you'll see I have the lights on showing a wee bit of the illumination. And so obviously it's not quite dark enough to totally show you, but they illuminate as per a standard switch should do. And down to the fuel cap switch, and over there to the headlight switch. So you'll see everything is working a-okay. Everything lights up as it should do. So yeah, no complaints that way at all. The only thing I would note, I've noticed the passenger window switch isn't illuminating, but the seller's been more than helpful, so I will obviously try and get it sent back and get it exchanged out for a working one. But yeah folks, highly recommended, simple wee job to do. Have a go yourself, and any comments, queries, feel free to stick them down in the comments section, and as always, feel free to share, like and subscribe. Cheers folks, bye bye.